Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, this morning I'm able to continue to make this video on the topic of religion and belief, because I think it's a very important video for me, because this video is making a video that include thinking, What thinking is it? Is thinking about our Creator and what we should do. Well, of course, when doing this video, I'll get the benefit from it. So it's meant to preach me 80%, and you who listen will also get the benefit from this video, I know. So when we think, we are using our brain, and we think we are using our brain, and we were given brain. So the human being is being given brain to think and see, and then from there, then we nurse our heart to believe. Failure to believe is meant a terrible thing in the future. So failure to believe is destined to be a place in hell in the future. So it's very important to believe. And what make you believe is if you think in the logical way, because Allah revealed the Quran, so the Quran is a guidance for mankind. And in the Quran there's a lot of revelation asking us to think and question us. So one of the things that is posed to us is to believe that we have a Creator. So like we have not existed before. So when it is said in the Quran, we have not existed before, so why you become rebellious to the revelation? So when we have not existed before, mean that we are being created. So when there is a revelation, Allah claims that He is the Creator. There is no other things that claim that He is a Creator. You can look into literature from old and now, you cannot find any other God that claim that He is creator except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have no other to believe except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being our creator. It is a question is posed that we have not existed before. So we have no choice actually. If you think with your brain in fair manner, yes, we have not existed before. Yes, we must have been created because we have not existed before. So Allah claims He is the creator. Yes, we surrender. So there is no other choice but we surrender. We surrender to the Lord of the world. As the prophet of the past is also saying, we surrender to the Lord of the world. So in doing so, we will get the benefit from it. We surrender and obey what is asked from us, that is to worship and believe and obey and do good. So that is what is asked from us, believe and do good. So what do good consist of? So there are many we call pillars in Islam that we have to do to make us doing good in this world, where Allah will reward us with happiness in the next life, that is entering paradise. So if we don't believe and do goods, then Allah would punish us. And they say, because we are being rebellious. So we must avoid it. We must avoid being losers in this world. So you want to be the winner? Why not? If you are happy in this world because of you have something, you have a house, you have a car, maybe you have children, you live in a country which is peaceful, no trouble, nobody disturb you, that make you happy. Alhamdulillah. If you live in a country where all around you are the people who trying to harm you, you will not live comfortably. You may think such a place don't exist. No, there are places like the people around are trying to harm you, trying to harm you. Yes, there are countries and places we've seen this in this world. And this morning I seen a video of a protest. This protest is happening in France. So the people in France is protesting what's happening in India. The Hindus in India are terrorists. They say there is the protest in the street. They take banners and shouting the Hindus are terrorists because they terrorize the Muslim in India. So I have not followed up what's happening with the Muslim in India. So there must be something going on there. It had been going on for many years already. Sometimes it stopped, sometimes it's on again. It's much to do with the leader. So the leader is now the president, where look like he's Hindu extremist. So with that leader, Hindu extremists, they're bound to be trouble between the Hindu and the Muslim. Of course, the Hindu are there because they have backup from government. Of course, the police and the soldiers are always helping the Hindus if there is a fight between the Hindu and Muslims. So the Hindus are feeling they can bully the Muslim because the police are with them, the army is with them. So the Muslim feel harassed, but then the number of Muslim is increasing in India. It's not a small number. It is 300 million Muslim in India. Of course, there are more Hindus in India than Muslim. Hindus numbering I think about 700 million. So like double the number of Muslim. But many also the Hindus convert to Islam. So why is this politician of Hindu feel threatened because of if the number of Muslim there become more than the Hindu, you will see that the Muslim president will be in India because the Muslim president will get the votes from more votes than the Hindus. The Hindus party. So they feel threatened. This politician feel threatened and don't know what they want to do. Actually, if they can get rid of the Muslim there, they would get rid of the Muslim there. But the world is watching. So if it's good there's a protest in Paris. Good these European are very expressive. So if they really, some of them are fighting for human right. Maybe I don't know who is carrying out the protest in Paris. It could be the Muslim or the people who believe, supported by the people who believe on human rights. So there are also people who believe in human rights. So they don't like to see a group of people being suppressed by the other group of the majority. So they say that is cruel. They say that is cruel because they believe in human right. It's nothing to do with religion, but it's human right. So we see what happened in China as well. There's protests of bad treatment, really bad treatment on the Muslim, the Uyghur Muslim. They say like genocide. They say it's like genocide. Muslim people being killed. A country like Australia is really protesting that so much. Even some people in Australia wrote a book on this bad treatment of the Uyghur people. But on spiritual side of things, we see that, of course, Allah is also angry. So He sent down punishment, as mentioned in the Quran. Heavy rain is form of punishment. So you see that there is heavy rain happening in China, flood that kill a number of people, destroy buildings, and also mentioned in the Quran the punishment can be making the country poor. So yes, we see that as well. A rich country can become poor at any time because Allah's punishment is so quick. In 1917, China used to be number 2 economy, but now it doesn't look like number 2 economy anymore, because the country look like will be getting poor. There is evidence that the country will become poor. We'll have to see it, because there are many books, or even in the YouTube, titled The Fall of China, meaning the country is on the way down to become poor or poorer. But we have to see it, also observing. We'll see that. And I've seen many things happening there. It's not positive about economy. Okay. I think I have talked about preaching and punishment, and also talking about China and what's happened in Paris, what happened in India. So I've been talking about the country already. So maybe I just go to the next stage, that is reading the Quran. reading the Quran. Let's see what page are we now. Okay, we should now be reading page 158 to get the barakah of this morning. Let me read this page on the first sentence in Arabic. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal baladu tayyibu yakhruju nabatuhu bi'izni rabbih walladhi khubusa la yashruju illa nakida. وَذَلِكَ نُصَرِّفُ الْآيَاتِ لِقَوْمٍ يَشْكُرُونَ. Okay, brothers and sisters, read the meaning of the sentences in the Quran. And the land that is good the growth, vegetation growth in plenty of fertile land with the leave of Allah, and the land that is bad, the vegetation won't grow well on this bad land. That is, we clarified repeatedly the sign of our greatness for the people who are thankful. So Allah is saying there are two types of land. One land is that can grow easily, fertile land, and there are also land not fertile. That is a sign of Allah, meaning that Allah can decide whether this land is fertile or not fertile. We see that actually happening in this world. Verily, we send down Noah is the prophet Noah, to his people, and he say, "O my people, worship Allah. There is no God in reality other than Allah. Verily, I am afraid you will be subject to punishment that is severe in the next world." And the important people of his people say, "Verily, we see you as the people who are being deviated clearly." So the leader among the his people, saying that no, is the person who is not right or being deviated. Then Noah say, "Oh my people, I'm not deviated, but then I'm a messenger from the Lord of the world. I only pass you the message that had been trusted to me by my God, giving your advice to you, and I know the knowledge from Allah that you don't know, and surprise you that my warning that come from your God from the man among your people standing and giving reminder to you so that you have a fear, so that you get the blessing. Then they falsified Noah. Then we saved him, then the people with him in the boat. We sink the people who had falsified our revelation. Verily, there are people whose heart is blind, and to the people of earth we send down a prophethood from their tribe. He said, "Oh my people, worship Allah. There is no God beside Him. And why you are not having fear?" Then the leader of the unbeliever from his people say, "Verily, we are seeing you. Really, you are mad, and you are among the people who tell lie." Then Hud answer, "Oh my people, I'm not mad, but I'm the messenger from Lord of the world." So you see that many messenger had come before. The people had not believed him. Being rebellious is a common thing, and of course they will be punished in the next world. So in ourselves, we should avoid being in the category of rebellious. So it's very common, and we have to be very careful with ourselves. So if it's very common, it can happen to you and me being rebellious. So we just have to be very, very careful in this world. Avoid us being the losers. Okay, I mark here this page. So this morning we should be reading chapter 151. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This man was a true Pharisee, said Jesus to his disciple, and may it please God that we be able on the day of judgment to have him for our friend. Jesus then embarked on a ship, and the disciples were sorry that he had forgotten to bring bread. Jesus rebuked them, saying, "Beware of the leaven of the Pharisees of our day, for a little leaven marred a mass of meal." Then said the disciples one to another, "Now what leaven have we, if we have not even have any bread?" Then said Jesus, "O men of little faith, if you then forgotten that God wrote in 9 there was no sign of corn, and how many ate and was satisfied with 5 loaves and 2 fishes? The leaven of the Pharisees is one of faith in God and though of self, which has corrupted not only the Pharisees of this day, but has corrupted Israel, or the sinful folk, not knowing how to read that which they see the Pharisees do, because they hold them for only ones. Know you what is true, Pharisees? He is the oil of human nature, for even as the oil rests at the top of every liquor, so the goodness of the true Pharisee rests at the top of all the human goodness. He is a living book which God gives to the world, for everything that he said and does is according to the law of God. Wherefore whoso does as he does observe the law of God, the true Pharisee is salt, that suffered not human flesh to be putrefied by sin. For everyone who see him is brought to repentance. He is a light that lighten the pilgrim way for everyone that consider his poverty with his penitence. Perceive that in this world we ought not to shut our heart, but that make oil rancid, corrupted the book, purified the soul, extinguished the light. This man is a false Pharisee. If therefore we would not perish, beware that we do not as do the Pharisee today. Okay, that complete my reading of the Gospel of Barnabas this morning. I have no comment to make there, because I don't have the background on what the chapter is talking about, so just don't comment anything. Thank you very much for listening.